you want to get into ballet, or you have a friend who's into ballet, or maybe a girlfriend or a sister who's into ballet, and you want to get to know more about dancing. Hi, my name is teacher Lina of Dance by Lina, Studio Dance by Lina, and Dance by Lina Dancewear. In case you did not know, you can just check dancebylina.com for more details. But I am here to explain to you more about how to get into ballet even without knowing anything about ballet. So this is a new section of my vlog which I am dedicating to educating non-dancers to know more about ballet. And I am a ballet teacher. I've been teaching for almost 12 years of my life already. I dance professionally in a ballet company for almost 7 years, and well, I've been dancing most of my life since I was 3 years old. So here I am to talk about how maybe you can get people, or maybe you can get yourself into ballet without knowing much about it. So I'm gonna give you like the basics, who are the people and what are the people, and some advice to dancers. So if you are a dancer watching this, I do want to give you some tips also on how to make your friends more interested in what you're doing. As you know, ballet is a really old, a very old art form. And it's really difficult to understand. You know, I had some people saying, no, but it's supposed to be understood by people. And I know that the ballet industry is trying to make that effort already into making ballets more relatable. For instance, if you've seen Christopher Wheeldon's ballets, and you can look this up, such as Alice in Wonderland and the Cinderella that he did, his choreographies are so beautiful, and I feel like they're so relatable and understandable even to the current generation, just because of the way he uses the lights and the sets and like just like all the parts of the stage as a whole. And of course technology as well plays a big part in his productions, which is great because a lot of the old ballets don't do that anymore, like especially the classics. We don't see that, so it might be really difficult for non-dancers to start watching the classics because you'll really have to look up a lot of it. It's kind of like watching like the older things, like that's why they're the classics, and they're relatable, but you'll really have to probably read or have a dancer explain to you the feelings of this ballet. So anyway, this is kind of just like to get you guys started and more to get to know what you'll need. So yeah. Okay, so let's get started. My first tip is, of course, if you are a non-dancer and you don't dance or don't plan to dance, I would say though, if you really want to get into it, try and watch a ballet class. I think that's the first way I kind of got my boyfriend into dancing, or maybe into ballet. He is now a bigger geek than I am. He probably knows the whole history of ballet by now, but that is also because he is an anthropologist, which makes a lot of sense. He's very interested in people. But if you are not like that and maybe history kind of bores you, I would say watch a ballet class. It's actually really interesting to just sit down and watch a ballet class. If right now it's not, you know, like it's not, we're not able to watch ballet classes because it's the pandemic, you can go online, look up some ballet basic people who are really interesting. I would say start with the really popular ones. I know I really hate saying this, but I can tell you there are trusted popular people such as Maria Kurava, who's really trying to build up her YouTube channel right now. She is an amazing dancer. I remember watching her during her graduation performance 2 or 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's like 2021 now, right? So maybe 3 years ago in Marinsky, I was actually there for her graduation performance. She's an amazing dancer. Also has worn so much of her dancewear before. Her videos would be the perfect place to start. Some ballet videos from the Royal Ballet are really interesting because you'll also see kind of like the explanation of the teachers. So I would say start with the popular things that are trusted. So I would say those two are for me my go-tos, and I know a lot of people go to them first as well. And there's so many other people talking about dance, but I would say anything that catches your interest first, and also something that is more relatable to you, or or something that catches your eye. Of course, when you have the interest already, it's like the best thing to do. Second is ask your dancer friend. I would really advise you to ask someone who knows more about ballet. I know you're here because of that probably. So of course that's me. I'm supposed to advise you. So again, Maria Carava would be one, the Royal Ballet. Professionals are people I would recommend, and I wouldn't say watch competitions because those are like, well, sorry, I have like a new talk. I'm gonna vlog about like ballet competitions and why I'm like half in and half out of it, and it's like I'm not so sure I love them, but at the same time it's like I know why they're good and I know why they're not as good also, and if they're necessary. So anyway, oh, you know what, you guys should watch people like Natalia Osipova and Ivan Vasilyev. Their performance is super. Anyone who's not a dancer would still be amazed. You know, like you need to kind of watch these people who kind of really just like wow you at first, honestly, because for me it's like, you know, something just has to catch your attention, and like these dancers are really amazing on stage and you can really relate to them just by watching them. So that's my next tip. And then third is, if you are brave enough, take a ballet class. I would not say all ballet classes are beginner friendly, and please, teachers, like, can we just stop being unfriendly to newbies and even dancers as well? Just like encourage people to dance, because I've been growing up with so much dance shame already, and just like people throwing shade at people who don't know anything about dance, when I mean generally they really don't know anything. I mean, like, they just got into it. Just help them. Like, please help them. So anyway, this is my tip for you, is maybe take a class. Well, if you're interested, you can always take my classes. But yeah, really, you can get to know more about dancing. You can really get into it, and you'll be able to appreciate it more for sure. And just to add an extra, maybe before we end, I would say follow some Instagram people. I'm not big on Instagram dancers because there's a big difference between being good in photos and being good in dancing. But I would say professional dancers, just try to follow them. Always professional dancers. There's so many dancers out there, but on top of my head, just kind of search people like Royal Ballet, the main companies, you know, Royal Ballet, Mariinsky Ballet, Paris Opera Ballet, of course, New York City Ballet, and ABT. All these companies are going to feature amazing dancers, and it's really easy to get into dancing when, I guess, like, because Instagram, they'll show a lot more of their daily lives. It would be really interesting to see what goes on in company life. Stage life is really addicting too. So just to give you more of an idea, maybe that would be closer. I would say it's kind of like, you know how you get into fan stuff or fandoms? Or like, let's say for me, I got into BTS. You kind of have to get into one person first, and I think that's the same with ballet. It would be nice to get into into learning about a company first, and then getting to know their people, and then you start to, you know, like, really get to know it. Like, if you want to go that deep. But of course, if you just want to know more about ballet, you can just probably look these people up and these companies up. Again, always the main ballet companies. Paris Opera, all the big ones, yeah. San Fran Ballet, of course, Vienna State, Dutch National Opera, Slovak, all my friends are here, so I guess I'm just mentioning them. But these amazing dancers dancing professionally still during this time, it would really mean so much to them also that you would support them and this beautiful art form. So yeah. So those are my 3 tips to really start getting into dancing. And that's really, right now, especially in the pandemic, more of to watch videos, to talk to friends who dance probably, who can give you more insight on the steps, and of course, to watch performances. And again, I've recommended a few people you can start watching. Maybe I'll be linking them down below so that you can check out these videos and really like be, wow, these are the people right now in this current generation, yes. And we have some others like Marianela Nunez, but I would say everyone in the Royal Ballet I love so much because they always kind of showcase them as personalities, which really excites me. And oh, I have some dancers such as Natasha Meyer, who works with us, Nikisha Fogo. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. Nikisha Fogo's jumps are amazing, and I guess like In my next few vlogs for people who are not dancing, I really want to get into talking about different kinds of dancers, and it would be really interesting maybe for you to get to know these people. And I know them, some of them personally, so it would be really fun to have that kind of talk with them also during this pandemic. So I hope that kind of helps you really try and start your way into getting to know more ballet. I would really recommend not getting into history of ballet. I know it's interesting. Look, dancers, I know if you're watching this and maybe you've said like a whole history of ballet to your friends are not gonna get into ballet by watching like the history of ballet. You're going to have to show them really interesting things first, you know, like the amazing turns and jumps. And I hate saying that, but it's true. You know, like that's how it really catches your attention, and that's how they start to appreciate like the things that we do also. And I know everything we do is difficult, but of course we kind of have to show the exciting parts also. You know, if you show something that's interesting and good at the same time and really professional, then that's perfect, you know. It's kind of like holding up a really nice juicy steak in front of them and then later on you can kind of serve the salad and everything else. I would really recommend doing that first, and then and then watching more videos. Eventually you'll know who's who, and you'll eventually get into it for sure, like the history, and then wanting to know more, and that would really make you more of a fan. If you are interested in a history book, I would recommend, this is super thick, but if you do get the chance to get a hold of it and you really want to get into ballet, this is amazing because it's like it's a coffee table book, but like it's like a full history of ballet, like with photos and all. It's like one of my most favorite books ever. Like it's just so detailed, and well, the illustrations are amazing. But if you guys really want like a history book that's more of just like engaging also, this is one. Of course you don't have to get it because it's really thick, but just in case, of course. Not to make you crazy fans like teacher is. Again, it's not good to obsess, but again, this is coming from your obsessed ballet teacher. So yeah, I hope that this kind of helps you start your way out into getting into ballet, and I hope that this new YouTube section on my channel also encourages you to watch my monthly vlogs. So I'll be doing monthly vlogs about non-dancer things, like things that non-dancers should know about some things. Not about point shoes. Maybe if you do have questions down below, let me know. And it was so nice to talk about this, and I feel like I'm talking to normal people for a change and not about dancers, so it would be really interesting. So this is teacher Lina of Dance by Lina, Dance by Lina Dancer and Studio Dance by Lina. If there's anything else you'd like to know, let us know again in the comment section. And it's been such an amazing few months with Dance by Lina Dancewear, especially in the studio. So I am looking to growing the channel a little more and really getting to know my audience and trying to get to know my Filipino audience. Yes, I am Filipina, and I am half Filipina and half Nihonjin. So we can speak in Tagalog, and I can also speak in Nihongo. And I know I get this question a lot, people saying, what are you? So now here's my answer, and I am going to be talking about that a lot more, and some new features on Japanese cuisine soon. So I'm going to be doing a food section, but in Filipino. Challenge for me. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that vlog. We'll see you till the next time. Bye!